गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरानिका जय गौरानिका जय गौरानिका जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. बोलिए हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। So we are going to read Bhagavad Gita, Adhyay 9, most confidential knowledge, and then verse number 4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matthasthani sarvabhutani na cha aham tesva avasthitah. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina. Jagat avyaktamurtina matthasthani sarvabhutani. Matthasthani sarvabhutani na cha aham sarva avasthitah. Na cha aham tesva avasthitah. Maya tatam idam sarvam. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyaktamurtina. Jagat avyaktamurtina mat sthani sarvabhutani.
Mattani sarvabhutani
Na cha aham tesva avasthitah.
na chaham te svavastitah.
Word by word translation. Or anyone want to read, then they can recite the verse.
Maya tatam idam sarvam
Maya
Mayatatam
idam sarvam
jagat abhyaktamurtina
jagat
Jagat
avyaktamurtina
Avyaktamurtina
matstani sarvabhutani
matsthani sarvabhutani
na chaham te svavastitah.
na
Na
cha
Amte
antesva avastitah. Any Mataji?
Maya. Can you put the screen down, Prabhuji? Okay. Maya tatam idam sarvam
Maya tatam idam sarvam
Sarvam
jagat avyaktamurtina
jagat avyaktamurtina
tamurtina
matsthani sarvabhutani
matsthani sarvabhutani
na chaham teshvavastitah.
na chaham tesva avasthitah. Okay, word by word translation. Maya, by me.
by me.
Maya, by me.
Tatam,
Pervaded.
pervaded.
Tatam pervaded.
Idam, this.
Idam this.
Sarvam, all.
Sarvam all.
Jagat, cosmic manifestation.
Jagat
Jagat cosmic manifestation.
Avyaktamurtina,
Avyaktamurtina
Avyaktamurtina.
by the unmanifested form.
By the unmanifested form.
Mat sthani, in me.
Mat in me.
Sarva bhutani, all living entities.
Sarva Bhutani, all living entities.
No, not.
Na, no.
Cha, also.
Cha,
Aham, I.
aham, I.
Tesu, in them.
Teshu, in them.
Avasthitaha, situated.
Avastitaha, situated.
Translation. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. One more time. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is not perceivable through the gross material senses. It is said, Aham Sar, Atah Sri Krishna Nam Adi Na Bhaveda Grahyam Indriyai Sevan Mukhehi Jihvadav Swayam Eva Spurti Adaha. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.234. Lord Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc. cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under proper guidance is he revealed. In the Brahma Samhita 5.38, it is stated, Premanjananchu Rita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayesu Vilokayanti. One can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, always within himself and outside himself if one has developed the transcendental loving attitude towards him. Thus, for people in general, he is not visible. Here it is said that although he is all-pervading, everywhere present, he is not conceivable by the material senses. This is indicated here by the word Avyaktamurtina. But actually, although we cannot see him, everything is resting in him. As we have discussed in the 7th chapter, the entire material cosmic manifestation is only a combination of his two different energies, the superior spiritual and the inferior material energy. Just as the sunshine is spread all over the universe, the energy of the Lord is spread all over the creation, and everything is resting in that energy. Yet one should not conclude that because he is spread all over, he has lost his personal existence. To refute such an argument, the Lord says, I am everywhere and everything is in me, but still I am aloof. For example, a king heads a government which is but the manifestation of the king's energy. The different governmental departments are nothing but the energies of the king. And each department is resting on the king's power. But still one cannot expect the king to be present in every department personally. That is a crude example. Similarly, all the manifestations that we see and everything that exists, both in this material world and in the spiritual world, are resting on the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The creation takes place by the different diffusion of his different energies, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vistabhyaham idam kritasnam. He is everywhere present, he is everywhere present by personal representation, by his personal representation, the diffusion of his different energies. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Yutpadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavansya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visathanvitansha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Pir. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this chapter is known as most confidential knowledge, and chapter is divided into 5 sections. So first section is 1 to 3, hearing, that is the qualification, and also bad hearing or envious way hearing, that is the disqualification. Lord Krishna, he has described, and he focused on that. Hear means proper attentive way. I am going to tell Arjuna to you that about the most confidential knowledge, and you should hear properly. And then he described the glorification about him, about the bhakti, and then those who don't have faith, and that faithlessness forces to return into the path of birth and death in this material world. And then after that, section 2, that 4 to 10, describe the Aishwarya Gyan. Krishna, he is showing his relationship with this material world. 4 to 10, so this is the beginning. And then 11 to 25, foolish, neglect the bhakti and divine person, don't. And then finally he describes the glorification of the devotional service unto him. So 26 to 34. So in third verse, he describes about the disqualification, those who are having, those who don't have the faith, and they will be forced to come into this material world. And then now he is describing his inconceivable relationship in this material world. Achintya Veda Veda. And purpose for this Aishwarya Gyan means knowledge about his opulences is to give a boost to us so that we can serve with reverence and devotion also. And we can put our heart unto his lotus feet. And he is his unique superiority by hearing from him, and then we can devote towards him. So there are four points in the total from the purport and from the verse. One is that main feature is Avyakta Murtina. He is pervading, all pervading, but in unmanifested form. So he is all pervading, one point. Second point is how he is pervading through Avyakta Murtina. And then third one is all being in me. Krishna is saying all being in me. But fourth point, he is describing that I am not in them. So this is the beauty of the Lord Krishna. So this is little background. So these 4 points, I'm going to take it one by one. So all pervading entire universe is created by Lord Krishna. And then all living being is created through him only, because when unmanifestations happens, there is a time limit. It comes into the beings into the manifestation state, and then after that it goes to the unmanifested state, and then rest for some times, then again it comes. And then where it is coming from? It is coming from Mahavishnu. And then from Mahavishnu, different universes is coming. And then in different universes, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is going. And then each universes, in each atoms, Lord is going through his energy and through Paramatma feature. And in that sense, he is present each and every atoms. So that way he is all pervades. And then after that, how he is all pervading, and Krishna is describing that Avyakta Murtina means that indicates in unmanifested form. And that indicates that we cannot see the Lord through our gross material senses. By this, our hearing capacity is limited. We can hear up to certain frequency, or maximum we can go up to that much level. So there is a limitations. We can see up to certain limits, not beyond that or not after that. So our material senses have the limited capacity, and through the material senses, we cannot see that. And also we are into the illusion. Our senses are not perfect. We have the 4 defects. Among 4 defects, one is our senses are not perfect. So how we can see the perfect by imperfect? But when we will connect through perfect, then we can see the perfect thing. So Srila Prabhupada, he has mentioned in the purport that we cannot see. Atah Sri Krishna Nam Adi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevan mukho hi jivadav swayam eva spurti adar. That has taken from the, it has been described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and also it has described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that has taken from the Padma Purana. It has mentioned in Padma Purana also. So Lord Krishna's name, fame, pastime, etc. cannot be understood through the material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service. There is exceptions only through the pure devotional service, but under whom? Under proper guidance, he is revealed. So it means that under proper guidance means, what is that proper guidance? Can anyone tell?
A spiritual master or bona fide master?
Spiritual master. Sorry?
It need to, like, we need to get it, get it from acharyas or bona fide spiritual masters?
Yeah, bona fide places. Thank you, Mati. So that means proper guidance from where? Through the parampara. Bona fide places. And spiritual master. Spiritual master is bona fide spiritual master. Then he will be revealed. How he will be revealed? Because spiritual master, he has heard about the Krishna through his spiritual master. And then his spiritual master, and finally it will lead to the Krishna. Means either Pura Sampradaya or means it lead to the Lord Brahma. So we are hearing through the guidance from the bona fide places. So that way he will be revealed. Otherwise there is no way that we can understand the Krishna. And then also Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that in the second part that Lord is unmanifest to the material senses, but can be perceived by one whose senses are purified by practice of devotional service. So he's saying that by practice of, under the guidance of, when we take the guidance from the bona fide source, and then we engage into the devotional service, and when we do engage into the devotional service, then what we do, that hearing and chanting, and then remembering Sravan, Kirtan, Vishnu Smaran. So these 3 things take place, and then by hearing, chanting through Mahamantra, what it does, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he brought this Mahamantra so that it can awaken the love towards the Lord. There are so many benefits of the Mahamantra, but his way is to develop the love, loving service. And we can see that Lord Brahma is saying, and Sri Prabhupada has quoted from Sri Brahma Samrita, that Premanyanan Churita Bhakti Vilechanena Santa Sadaiva Hidesu Vilukenta. So, Lord Brahma is saying the full verse is, let me read that full verse. Premanjanan Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hidesu Vilokayanti Yam Syama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Syama Sundar, means Krishna, himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attitude, whom the pure devotee sees in their heart of the hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love, means ointment of the love. Anjan, Anjan means kajal. The nowadays people are not using, otherwise mother used to put the babies with kajal, anjan. So that anjan, what is the anjan ointment? It is from the premanjan, with loving, with love only. So he can be seen by loving devotional service. Otherwise, there is no other way. And Lord Krishna, he says to Arjuna, when he has shown the Virat Rupa, and then after that he is saying to him that the form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worships. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. And then how he can be seen? He is saying in 1154, my dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Otherwise, it is not possible. And devotional, unalloyed, undivided devotional service. And Srila Rupa Goswami, he has given the definition. Anya bhilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulena krishnanusila bhaktir uttama. So it means it is free from mental speculations, and it is free from the any kind of fruity mentality, and there is no any other motive. Only motive is to serve to the Lord in a loving way, anukulena, in favorable way. There are 6 symptoms of the surrender. One is anikulyasya. Whatever favorable things is, we have to accept. And then pratikulyasya varjanam. So whatever is not favorable, we have to reject that. So whatever favorable is there, and anusilan, Krishna anusilan, means to following the footstep of our previous acharya. And then that devotion is called the first class devotion, means Suddha Bhakti. And then he is saying, my dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities. Same thing Krishna is revealing here again. He's teaching the pure devotional service, giving the definition also. And mental speculation, 1155. He who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Most important point again, he's saying that who is friendly to every living being, means there is no enviousness, just not between the Lord and just his devotee. No, he's saying to all living entities. When Maharaj Parikshit, he was cursed by the Brahmana boy, and then that time he went to the Naimishad, not the Naimishad, Sukratan. And that time, sages are told to him that we can, it will be very easy to give the antidote for the curse. Then he told, no, I was saved by the mercy of the Lord. He saved me, and whatever curse I got, it is the mercy of the Lord. So I don't want to interfere in between. But if you people want to give, just give three things: unalloyed devotional service to the Lord, and then devotees association, and then friendly relationship with all living entities. So friendly relationship means that is most important. So we have to be friend of the every living entities, and that includes the tree, whatever means chal and achal, everything, movable and non-movable, every living beings. Because that person will see in relationship with the Lord. Because I am part and parcel of the Lord, they are also my brother and sister. And that's why they will see as the part and parcel of the Lord. So only pure devotional service, in other words, by practicing pure devotional service under proper guidance, Srila Prabhupada is saying, from this purport, then only we will be able to understand by the mercy of the devotee. And third point, all beings in me. So this implies that everything rests in him. And how rest in him? Like a pearl necklace is there, and how it is resting on the strings, the same way. So whole entire cosmic manifestation, it is the combination of the superior and inferior energy of the Supreme Lord that has been described by Lord Krishna in 7.5 and 6. It starts after, I think, number 7 maybe. Number 4. Earth, ether, water, fire, mind, intelligence, and false ego. These 8 things are my separated material energy. And then after that, he's saying, beside that, there is another superior energy of mine, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So this inferior nature is meant for the enjoyment of the superior energy, living entities. Because we are here, we become envious to the Lord. And when we become envious to the Lord, Ichha and Dvesh, our desire and enviousness. Desire was to become the Lord. Why? Because we become envious to the Lord. And then we put into this material pool, and then we are engaging ourselves to lord over the everything, not only just one part, every corner and every stages of the life and everywhere, whole universe trying to, but at that time just going through one species, sometimes to another species, and we are going through the goods and bads species of the life, and then it is difficult to get away from that. Lord Krishna, he says in 15th chapter that karshati means manasastani indriyani, means that include five senses plus mind. These six senses, my in living means they are living entities, they are my part and parcel, but they are struggling in this material world because of our ichha, means desire, and why we become envious to the Lord. So Lord created this inferior energy so that we can exploit. And then he's saying that all created beings have their source in these two natures of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world. Know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. So he is the origin and also he is the dissolution. And then in 7th verse, he's saying 7.7 that, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on the thread. And then last part that I am, and also Srila Prabhupada has given the analogy of the sunshine that spreads all over the creation, and all universes are resting in sunshine. Similarly, all creation is resting in his energy. Srila Prabhupada has given also another example is like a king. He is available everywhere through his energy, means departments. And then he's saying that I am not in them. I am not in them. No cha aham tesu. No means not. Cha also. Aham, I. Tesu, in them. Avasthita, situated. I am not situated in them. So here Srila Prabhupada is giving the refuge to the people, those who thinks that Lord doesn't have the form. So Lord Krishna is also giving the refuge to that point that no, I am all pervading, sarvavyapi, but at the same time, I am aloof from that too. So this is a refuge. So it means he doesn't lose his personal existence, personal identity. His personal identity is Lord Brahma is saying that Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadira Adira Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Krishna, he is the source of everything, and he is the cause of all causes. And his name is Govinda. Directly he's saying his name is Govinda also. So he doesn't lose his personal existence. And example he has given, Srila Prabhupada, king's example, how king is also present. He has his identity, his form, and he is also present to his every department throughout his kingdom. So that is wonderful example. And then Srila Prabhupada, he has given supporting reference from the 1042, that Vistabhyam idam pritasnam. He is everywhere present by his personal representations. The diffusion of his different energies. So what is that? Lord Krishna, he has described his opulences, and then after that he's saying that no need to have all those knowledge in details, just hear that with a single fragment of myself, I pervades and support this entire universe. At the end of the Aishwarya chapter 10, verse number 42, Krishna is saying, ekam sen na sthito jagat. Eka means by one. Amsena means part. Sthita, situated. Jagat, whole universe is situated just only by my single fragments. And then Srila Prabhupada has given very wonderful purport. I think it was in number 11.55, I think, or maybe 54. He has given the quote from the Padma Purana that has explained that those who thinks that Krishna in relationship with the other demigods are equal to, or they are comparing with the demigods, then that person is mentioned Pakhandi, that he has given quote from the Padma Purana. So Lord Krishna's position is very superior, and Lord Krishna, he also tells his position through in Chaturashloki verse 10.8 to 10.11. I am the source of everything, and those who knows intelligent person, he engaged in my pure devotional service, and then he engages himself in the pure devotional service, and then Krishna, he feels great satisfactions, and then Krishna, he gives the intelligence, and he shines the by the lamp of the knowledge, darkness goes away, and then awakens the knowledge, and he resides in the heart of the living entities. So that is a relationship with the Lord and his devotee has this declared in those Chaturashloki verses. So I will stop here. Any question or comment? First, any question? Hare Krishna, you are able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So any question?
I have no questions, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any comment? Okay, so we will end here. Rasaraj Prabhu. Or we can go furthermore.
It's usually the class is from 7 to 8, Prabhuji, because after that they have Arati class at 8:30. So
Okay. So we can go another 5-10 minutes, correct?
yes, Prabhuji, another 8 minutes there.
Okay. So how it works? By chanting the holy name of the Lord. In Kali Yuga, it is there are 4 yugas, and different yuga have different way of getting the realizations. So in Satyuga, Dhyana Yoga, and then Treta Yuga by sacrifices, and then Dwapar Yuga by elaborated deity worship of Lord Vishnu, and then in Kali Yuga only by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So for that purpose, and Lord Krishna, he mentions in Bhagavad Gita, I do comes every millennium, and then Yoge, and he gives the 3 reasons why he comes: to give the pleasure to his devotee, that is the major things, and then inhalate the miscreants, and then also to establish the dharma. So Kali Yuga's Yuga Dharma is chanting the holy name, Harinam. So Lord Krishna, he came in the form of devotee as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the form of devotee is Krishna himself, and taking the mellow of the devotee. So Lord Krishna's best devotee, topmost devotee is Radha. So he is enjoying in the form of Radha. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name is, another name is Gaurang. Radharani's name is Gaurang. Tapta Kanchan Gaurani, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. So Lord Krishna, he is Syama Sundar, but he came in the form, in the mood of Radharani and in Gauravarna. And he established the Yuga Dharma, chanting the holy name of the Lord. And he has given the Mahamantra, and that mantra, it has been described in the Kali Santarana Upanishad. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by chanting this mantra, people will develop not only to get the liberation, but will develop the pure love of the God. And therefore, that purpose, Lord Krishna, he came in the mode of Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya, he came as a hidden form. He is known as Chanavatar. But he has shown his form to certain devotees also, not to everyone. So at the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it has been described that by two things is very most important. Nama Sankirtanam, Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam, means chanting the holy name of the Lord Krishna, means Nama Sankirtanam, congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam. This is this chanting the holy name of the Lord destroys all sinful reactions. And when sinful reactions goes away, then we become purified. Slowly. It doesn't happen like a magic touch and next day we become the fourth pure devotee. We have like miles and miles of the Papa. Not the Papa, but also we have our desires. It is called the anarthas, unwanted desires within the heart. And it is very easy to take all those gross level of anarthas very easy by chanting, but there are certain subtle levels of anartha. It is very difficult to get away. It is like it becomes, when I do see it, it feels like it is those anartha are became like a soul. And how it becomes like a soul? Soul is without soul, there is no life. The same way, those anartha is attached to ourselves. How? Because it has taken, we have taken so many births. And by those births, we are having so many impressions. We don't know how many previous life we have, what kind of desire. So those accumulations of desire. So and at the same time, we have to do the unearth nibriti also. When we are doing the gardening, then that time we have to remove the weeds also from the garden. To remove the weeds from the garden means it has to be done time to time. And then that fruits will come up. There, those plants, Bhakti Lata weeds, it will come up, and then when we are gardening properly, then it becomes like a good clippers, and then it goes directly to the Krishna's lotus feet. So by chanting the holy name of the Lord, it is very easy. And then how another technique, Sutta Goswami is saying that Pranamo Dukha Samanastam Namami Hariparam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, Hari. And also before that, he's saying that I offer my obeisances to the Sukadeva Goswami, and then also to the sages, and then to the seniors. And then finally, he's saying that my obeisances to this. So two things is most important: paying obeisances and chanting the holy name of the Lord. It works very nicely. So I will stop here. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Yatharupam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chakalpatarubhyascha sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo.
Vishnu Bhagwan.
Dakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai.